Could you please share with us the genesis of this project?
Well, it just started when she was announcing, like, oh, you guys get to pair up with people to kind of connect and morph your ideas into one big web series. We're locked in.
And we already were talking beforehand when we heard we had to write one. We're like, a horror one would be, it's always the easiest to write. You hear like everyone gets their start in horror, so we're like, might as well. We have a couple of little dabbles in horror, and we're like, that's a good idea. And then we're like, oh, Grace. We want to see Grace as either a final girl or a killer because she's so talented. And then we're like, Christine looks like she could be like a badass character in it.
She is.
Unfortunately, we don't have Liz anymore, but we thought she could also be a stone cold killer. And then we kind of morphed it in that way.
We had to readjust, readapt.
And then Christine was added to our group along with Tatiana and Hadil. And then a bunch of recasting things had to be made. And then we picked up Thornton, George, and Arad, who, God rest his soul, is at round table. He is working.
Wow.
He's working
Make sure
away.
to throw that in there.
But it's very much wonderful to kind of collaborate into a group and to kind of freely express ourselves throughout this film. And I'm super duper happy we got the opportunity to do this. And when she mentioned, like, oh, we could film in the library, that's when we logged in. And
It gave us all the ideas.
That's
like,
what we need.
Books as clues. It kind of like changed a little bit as the script went on. Because like, okay, realistically, we can't do this. But they've all gave beautiful, beautiful ideas. Where we're like, shoot, why didn't we think of that? Like, that's perfect. So we honestly could not have done that. Literally, not everyone.
It's
in
a
here, so.
one team effort kind of thing, and it's very beautiful what we have created. I'm very excited.
Me too.
So let me ask Grace. Grace, your character is sort of the voice of reason in the midst of the chaos.
Yes.
So tell us a little about your character.
She is not meant to be there. She was just she was one of the last few people to leave the library. They were already there. They're all part of this friend group. She knows nothing about these people. She's seen them around, probably.
Just around the hall.
Yeah, probably. I feel like they'd be pretty well known.
Maybe we had a class together at
yeah.
some point.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So she was, she was just kind of like, you know what, the doors are locked. I don't have anybody in here, so I'm gonna go see these people. She walks in, she's confused. She doesn't know what's going on. These people are like, there's clear tension, and she's like, whatever. And so, unfortunately, this just leads to a series of events where she's seeing people dying, and she's like, what the fuck is happening? Am I supposed to say that? Am I supposed to say that?
She's our beautiful comedic relief.
Yeah, sort of, hopefully.
No,
I watched one of the rough cuts, and I was chuckling at your entrance. Just like, hey guys, do you know the store's locked? I feel a little fleshy, and I was like,
Oh,
no.
by the way, the doors have been locked for
Oops.
2 hours.
You're like, I was just chilling, and then everyone's like, what? Who are you? Are you doing this?
Yeah. No, it's really fun. It's really fun to play this type of character. It's definitely a little different than what I've done before, but it's really fun. And it's, it's nice having these two beautiful ladies and these wonderful people all around us join us and, be able to create something so cool. It's very cool.
She wrote the dialogue,
She
too.
wrote.
I mean,
She ate.
I could not have done that
Well, you've all
dialogue.
contributed, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, we all were helping, but she
Yeah.
was like, she would lock in, she'd put headphones on, and just be like going, and we're like,
bones.
how did you? Okay, like we would put an input here and there, like, what if someone said this? And she's like, cool, yeah, I was already going there, and I'm like, oh, so smart,
right.
so smart.
I appreciate it.
The Zen master. Yeah. So Christine, your character sort of has
Terrible person.
No, she lives by her own rules, right?
She's just a terrible person.
Really?
Yeah, it's fun because I'm not a terrible person.
Right.
So it's
So
kind
how
of fun
did you
being a
tap
bitch.
into being a character who's sort of selfish and
Very selfish.
yeah, and manipulative? How did you tap into that?
I just thought about people around me who were the same way. Yeah, use that, life experiences, mold it from that. So, because I'm not that kind of a person, so I just kind of thought about like instances where people were really short or just straight up rude and just didn't care about anybody around them. So I just figured I'd go cold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Thornton, your character sort of gets caught in the middle of things.
Well, my character was always involved in the situation, but yeah, he doesn't really care that much because of all of his coping mechanisms. you
Oh,
want
I
to call
see.
it that.
Okay.
So he's usually kind of out of it, trying to just get away from it all, but he still ends up getting his just desserts.
And he's also falsely accused, right? At first, you are a suspect, aren't you?
I am a
Briefly?
suspect at first, but
Yes.
when events unfold, they always see who was the final girl.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Touche.
Okay.
So,
Clever.
I know, right?
Super.
She worded that really well. It's the full interview answer.
so George, your character wants to help in the situation, right?
I feel like my character is, you know, I feel like I'm more of like a neutral leaning villain sometimes, but I mean it was great. I feel like I did want to help get out of there, but I wasn't but I was avoiding the situation and the truth, right? Because maybe hypothetically if the characters all told the truth from the beginning, maybe this whole event would have never transpired, right?
Ding ding.
Yeah, and so there's still some guilt that I deal with, and even though I'm trying to help, the repercussions of my actions still come to get me, you know, and that's literally what's portrayed.
Okay,
Mm.
all right. Well, we're all looking forward to it, so
Yes,
Thank
we're
you
so
very much.
excited.
Thank you.
Thank you.